What is up, everybody? We are out here at Visions 2022, having a great time. Today is Friday, the second to last day of Visions, or like the 37th day if you've been here prepping and getting everything ready. So we've been here. It felt like a lifetime, but it's amazing. Great pool parties are going on. We have a ton of stuff going on. Right now, the knockout racing is kicking off behind us. As always, I am Matthew Holt.
And I'm Bree Molitor, and yeah, thanks for watching us, well, you are watching us, but thanks for joining us here on Hillside Live again. We had 2 awesome days of racing so far that Matt and I have got to join in on the fun here, and we're kicking off some knockout racing on this hill across the valley there behind us, across what actually used to be the lake bed there. Yeah. And Riley Bradford and Clay Kaysen just took off the line a second ago. We're going to get those, get an update for you guys on that. We're a little far away from the action, you might have noticed, so we'll get that update for you guys though. And
but we have a way better breeze up here, so I'm okay with that.
We have shade.
Yes, a shade.
It's a valuable commodity out here. Make sure you guys are watching on the Rock Racing TV Facebook page if you want to be able to comment, ask questions, and interact with Matt and I as we go through the race here. As always, we love to hear from you guys, know where you're watching from, and know what you think of the action. Right now, Clint Strain is in the left lane. Madison King is in the right lane. So this is the same knockout course that our drivers ran last year here at Visions. If you watched that or you were here being part of it, they are off the line now. You can see they had a bit of a Chasm. Oh, Madison. Oh, man. Clint, too.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was a little rough.
So we have 2 guys. Both, I don't know if Clint passed the finish line.
Clint, I do not believe. I think the finish line is all the way up at the top past that hill that he's at. He kind of rolled back down. So right off the starting line, the drivers head towards a bit of a chasm, a large ditch that they jump across, and then they've got 1, 2, 3. I can't see if there's a 4th up there at the top or not, but at least 3 kind of stair steps that they've got. And when you're hitting them at speed, especially after coming over that first kind of launch there, the kind of green ledge that you can see at the bottom, then it's very easy to lawn dart into that first that
steep hill section there.
Yeah. So which is exactly what we saw for Madison, unfortunately, and then Clint kind of did the same thing on the second hill from what I saw. Tough start for both of those guys. Hate to see that for them. Knockout racing is a whole different animal from the kind of hill climbs that we've had the last 2 days with the NRRA that you guys are used to watching with us. Normally with a series race like we do with the NRRA, it's one driver at a time competing, of course, against the clock. When you add somebody else out on the course, and it's a different mindset, and it's a whole nother can of worms to open up for the possibility of bumping into each other. And we saw some serious carnage last year out here for the Visions knockout race. My dad raced in the Avenger, our rock bouncer, and we're still finding little residual damage.
I could imagine.
From that.
I could imagine. He definitely he crashed that very, very hard.
It was a little rough.
I'll say it looks like they got a couple crews out with both of them. Again, I'm not sure if either one of them passed the finish line, so we'll have to see if we did get a finish. Again, if you crash and break the buggy, unfortunately a lot of guys can't get it fixed before the end of the race. So, and I believe this is double elimination. That's normally how they do their style of knockout racing. I believe tomorrow night with the other style of racing they have tomorrow night,
the
switchback, they're going to be single elimination, but today I believe is double elimination. Again, we have about a half dozen bouncers and about a dozen or so side-by-sides out there. And again, they do, like I said, with double elimination, usually with this style of racing, so we're going to see a pretty good variety of guys out there. Again, that's Madison King with her pink and white buggy.
Yes, Madison was on the right. She was the one that crashed first, and then Clint Strain made it a little further up the hill before his bit rollover there. So question to everybody that's watching out there, what is your favorite style of racing to watch? Do you like the knockout hill climbs, a little more aggressive? Definitely the possibility for some more carnage. Driver against driver, there's no clock out there. Do you prefer how we run in the NRRA, where it's just one driver at a time against the clock? Do you like short course racing? What kind of you think is the most fun to watch? Make sure you guys are joining us on the Rock Racing TV page so that we can see your comments. We're getting Madison and Clint the help that they need, assessing, I'm sure, damage to the vehicles and whatever recovery they might need to get off the hill right now. That's Madison in the white, and then Clint further up the hill in that darker colored UTV.
Again, you get some great footage there, that drone flying overhead. See some of the different style cages on the side-by-sides, the UTV classes. Again, you can see one of our course workers down there. You'll notice they all have the vests on. Help them keep noticeable, keeps our track workers safe. All of our media people have those on as well. Again, which helps for recovery or identify who the media people are. Again, we'd like to give a shout out to some of our sponsors. Raceline, Rigid Lighting, Super ATV, Rugged, Ultimax, MRT Tires, Fuelworks, Polaris, G4 Gates, 360 Wraps, Ford, Off-Road Syndicate, High Life. Appreciate those guys. Mid-America obviously are hosting this weekend's Visions event. Again, we're about 3/4 of the way through the weekend. You can see some of the spectators down there. We have axe throwing going on live today, as well as the Ives Brothers Wall of Death, which me and Bree were talking earlier about how we want to get down there and watch it.
We need to catch that show.
The
Matt,
guys.
Do we need to have an axe throwing competition?
Ooh, get all the production crew down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it was a great time until they started throwing them at each other. Like, it's like.
Do it when everyone's in a good mood.
It's good. And then we're doing the American Pro Rock Racing currently, Knockout and Hill Climb. At 5:30 to 6:30 is something you can see over off to our left. Your guys' right will be the Barbie Jeep Hill downhill races, which this year they added some new sod. We saw a lot of injuries last year, scrapes. It was a pretty violent ride down, so they added a bunch of thick sod on there. And then the ends in water, which is obviously very cool. It's a lot of fun to watch. So, and we'll talk more about that right after these messages.
All right, what's up, guys? We
All right.
are back with the Knockout Racing here. It looks like we've got Madison and Clint recovered off the hill. They both had a pretty rough first round of Knockout Racing. I don't know if we're going to see them back out here. So we've got DC Thompson and Casey Howell out on the course now. DC's on the
right.
Let's see, on
Looks
the right,
like,
and Casey's on the left.
Looks like DC's going to take that one. came out a little stronger, had a little bit of a lead there. Again, neck and neck, hauling through there.
Taylor, could we get an update on between Riley Bradford and Clay Kaysen, who was the winner on that first round?
Again, if neither one finished, they might go ahead and take whoever's still running at that time. Like
the first round, yep.
Again, we also 7:30 to 11 p.m. tonight. They have the short course feature races, which I'm excited to watch.
Yeah.
And the cool part is that starts at 7:30, so it'll be nice and cool by then. Guys hopefully have time.
Hopefully
it'll be cool by then. Then they can come out and do their feature tonight. They did their heat races yesterday, which is exciting to watch. We actually got to sit in the pool yesterday for about a half hour, splash around, have some fun, and do that while we watched our heat races.
All right, who do we have out there? It looks like I see orange. Is that Nathan King on the left?
Ooh.
And Tyler Bradley on the right? We'll get a confirmation on that. Whoever's in the orange was definitely out the top first. I'm going to say
Tyler
that was
Bradley.
maybe Nathan King.
And Tyler Bradley on the right side.
We're a little far away from the action right now, guys. It's not our usual setup, so.
Once we get a camera angle from the side, we can see the wrap. Usually we can pick them out from that.
Yeah, you'll have to bear with us for now. We'll work on that.
Got DJ karaoke tonight at the Coconuts. The drag strip is still open. They'll have live music at the concession stage. Jumpsuit Love is who's playing tonight. Also, all the Ultra 4 guys will be racing tomorrow, so a lot of them came out.
Can we?
Again, the Ultra 4 Series qualified this afternoon, so that's kind of cool. And they'll come out and race tomorrow, so I'm sure a lot of those guys are out tweaking on the rig for tomorrow. We got to watch a bunch of them parade passes after the 4,400 qualifying, so I'll have to stop by and take some pictures and hang out with some guys, check out the rigs.
Alexander says that he's done knockout once. That was last year at Visions, right, Alex? And that might actually be his favorite. So much fun. Brian says the bounty racing. We, of course, do the UTV bounty class in the NRRA. It looks like, is that Chris West on the left and Paul Wolf on the right?
I think so. Oh! Again, it looked like Paul took a...
Paul Wolf out the top. I'm going purely based off of colors from here. So if we're wrong on these, sorry, guys. We'll work on getting any corrections.
I think that is 100% accurate. And again, Paul Wolf took an early lead. It looked like he struggled a little bit halfway through some of those jumps, but it looks like Paul definitely squeaked that win out. Again, Paul also came in second place yesterday for our series.
Yeah, yesterday Paul Wolf came in second place in our Brannick Motorsports bouncer class with his UFO buggy. UFO car, I'm sorry. Once it's Ultra 4, it's a car.
Yes.
All right, Matt. Jonathan O'Mary and Nick Baker.
Oh, roll!
Nosedive, but I think he's still going. All right, they're both black buggies, so I cannot tell from here.
We have I see Madison King getting brought down by a skid steer, so that doesn't look good. I would say she's done racing for the afternoon.
Been there, done that, and it sucks.
I say you've seen
it's not a good feeling.
You've seen the 4-seater roll through.
I have been lifted off the track with the skid steer. Bub Meadows wants to say, Matt, how long did you hang out at the pool? I bet you're a lobster today.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
You know, he's looking like a little bit of a redneck, guys.
Yeah, I was out there for about a half hour.
It
wasn't bad. So.
We went out at the pool later in the afternoon, so we didn't have as much trouble with the sunburn. Chad Molitor says knockout is his favorite, but it can hurt.
We saw Chad give it a heck
of
a go last year.
Yep. Dad gave it a good try and made it through several rounds last year. Just say it.
Casey Howell and Tyler Bradley are pulling up the line. I said, this might be starting our losers bracket. On deck, okay?
Who's on deck? As soon as we get a visual on them, we'll be able to tell.
Again, you can actually see this area behind us. You can actually see the same view you guys are seeing from this camera right here. You can actually see from the pool, which is super neat.
Not a bad place to spectate from.
No. Again, there's some drone footage of them flying around. Got 2 drivers on line. Again, you can see some of the area where we were racing yesterday. DC Thompson on deck.
Can you turn that up? All right, it looks like Casey Howell on the left.
Tyler Bradley, I believe, on the right.
And
Tyler
taking I think it's DC Thompson, I heard.
We will find out. I think DC was on deck, I believe. Looks like Tyler Bradley's wrap.
All right, I need these neon colors out here.
They're side by side. Oh, man.
Oh, looks like Casey Howell out the top.
Tyler Bradley in the far lane.
Riley Bradford.
Riley Bradford.
In the right side. So far, we've had Riley Bradford, Clay Kaysen, Clint Strain, Madison King, Casey Howell, Tyler Bradley, Nathan King, Chris West, Paul Wolf running with the UTVs here. You guys are watching the Knockout Hill Climb at Visions. We're here at Mid-America Off-Road Park in Jay, Oklahoma for 4 jam-packed days of racing. It looks like Chris West on the left side, Riley Bradford on the right.
Chris West taking a quick early lead.
He's got a good lead there, but I don't know. Riley's closing the gap.
Again, if you don't hit those little hills just right, it will definitely throw you. It looks like Chris was able to pull it out. Chris was able to pull out that win. Again, Chris did take his first loss to Paul Wolf earlier, so again, this must be the beginning of the losers bracket.
All right, I think I just heard Clay Kaysen and DC Thompson.
Watch this 10.
Okay.
So Clay Kaysen and Riley Bradford were our very first 2 off the line, and that was before we even were up and running here with you guys. So we missed them. It looks like Clay might have won that one. I'm not sure. We didn't get a confirmation on that. But I think it's going to be Clay Kaysen and DC Thompson this round. Unfortunately, we already saw that Madison King and Clint Strain both had a pretty tough tumble on their first go at this course. Clay Kaysen is in the right lane. DC Thompson in the left. Jumping the chasm.
Oh, man, that's like in sync almost. Uh-oh.
Oh, and
That stinks.
DC is rolling back down the hill.
I'm not sure what DC broke there, but clearly something broke. Again, that's DC's new chassis. He just built that this year. His first race was at Wildcat with that. Just finished it. Has been very competitive on the podium this year in our full Cup series. I'm not sure what seems to have the issue there. Like I said, he had built a new chassis this year for our. Okay, Nathan King and Jonathan Omari are on the line. Again, you can see DC Thompson there. I'm not sure exactly what's wrong.
Yeah. So yesterday and the day before was our 2 days of racing with the NRRA. We had an awesome time running all 6 classes both days. We got to give away some awards yesterday, some really nice looking trophies. In our youth class, Brantley Havens took the win. In our UTV stock class, it was Paul Wolf. In our UTV Cup class, Cash LeCroy, he even took his cooler up well, I guess it was for his UTV Bounty win. Cash also won. He took a little cooler up with him and put it on the podium, so he'd definitely be taller than the others. Our VIN class was Don Curtis, and our bouncer class winner was Wade Good. That was our NRRA racing for the last 2 days.
Again, this is Nathan King in the left lane and Jonathan O'Mara in the right lane. Nathan King running that Dukes of Hazzard 01 Rebel flag wrap. Again, there he's racing Barbie Jeep downhill racing later. He even has the Rebel wrap on the Barbie Jeep race. So
and Nathan got a very early
huge lead
there.
And is sending it.
He's crossing over the hills, cutting off.
And I don't know if that's strategy or if that was accidental.
Hey, sometimes stuff just happens. I don't know.
I mean, again, if you can stir up dust for the guy behind you who's trying to catch you, I think that's probably an advantage. So
I think I heard Paul Wolf, and I'm not sure who he's lined up against right now.
Cooper Bentley and Paul Wolf.
Cooper Bentley, all right.
Again, 2 of our normal regular season drivers for our Cup Series.
You guys are watching the Knockout Hill Climb here at Visions Off-Road. We're at Mid-America Park in Jay, Oklahoma. This is day 3.
Uh-oh, DC is broke.
Day 3 of racing here. The carnage is starting to build up. Looks like Paul Wolf on the left, Cooper Bentley on the right.
Paul's got him, I think. Again, Paul is absolutely hauling. Takes that full body Can-Am and he does everything with it. He does short course. He does bouncer. He's definitely the Can-Am man.
Hey guys, make sure you're joining us on Rock Racing TV, on the Rock Racing TV Facebook page. That's where Matt and I are watching from, and we want to be able to see your comments, your questions, and be able to interact with you guys. So instead of the SRRS page that we used to watch on, we're changing it up now, and for today and in the future, we will always be watching from the Rock Racing TV page. So y'all head over there too.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier that there's a great view of the Knockout hillside from the pool. So there's a little bit of a view for you guys of what that looks like up there.
Again, it's pretty awesome that you can hang out in the pool. They have their 2 coconuts up there where you can have something to eat or drink. Nathan King and Paul Wolf are lining up now. Brian Dunnigan tuning in. Adam Kuntz, one of our regular season drivers. He races side-by-side and big bouncer in our Cup Series. Alex Sanders tuning in. He's also a rock bouncer driver that'll come and toy with us sometimes. He runs that rib cage buggy. Chad Mulder.
All right.
Wow.
Is that Cooper Bentley on the right again?
Well, I'll tell you in a second. Again, took a huge lead there. Cooper Bentley flying across there. Again, trying to hit that double jump. Ooh, looks like he got some breakage as well. Again, if you can time those double jumps just
that
right.
That looks like Riley Bradford, I believe.
Yeah, he raced with us earlier this week, and some of these guys are doing double, even triple duty this weekend. So.
All right, we've got Casey Howell and I against somebody else.
Yeah.
Coming up. I think I heard that maybe Paul and Nathan are going to be coming up. Nathan King has been hanging in there.
He has been. He has been slaughtering it all weekend. His whole family here, his dad helps him and his sister run their pits. Again, there's a great shot of that starting line. Looks like they're trying to get him lined up. This jump, you guys do not realize how massive this jump is that they're jumping.
So when the drivers first went down and looked at it last year, after it was the knockout course was kind of newly built and everyone was going out to check it out, there was definitely some nervousness about the chasm.
Yeah.
Even some guys, I think, were like,
yes.
Are we going to do this?
We were all kind of checking it out. And there was a bunch of guys talking about how maybe we should build the front lip a little farther, put some dirt in.
It kind of looks like they're just sailing over a small ditch from the angles that we have on the camera right now, but it's not that. It's a chasm.
Yes.
That we could stand down in it. And I don't, Matt, do you remember? I'm sure you do. Last year, Marissa Robertson.
Yes.
Melissa Robertson.
Yes.
Right. She did not make it.
She did not.
And man, that was
so
brutal.
Painful. That hurt your shoulders
so
just watching it. Like, Ethan Martin was down there that night and said, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. So he backs up with his tunnel vision, buggy, and just pulls a strap down over tight. It reminded me of the kid when you're like, you build a ramp and you all have your bicycles
Somebody
there.
has to be the first one.
The first guy to try it always has the most courage, so it kind of reminded me of that. He pulled the strap down extra tight, revved it up, and gassed it. He landed like 36 feet past the jump. But we didn't know, initially we didn't know.
And then everyone was like, no.
Yeah, piece of cake. Oh, yeah,
we can do this.
I think Adam Kuntz went down there and jumped it after that. But, again, nobody knows to be the first guy to jump it. You don't really, you have an idea, but you're not 100% sure. So, again, huge shout-out to Ethan Martin for down there for making that jump first.
Well, when it comes to something like a track style like this, too, or anything that's got jumps, tabletops, whoops, anything like that in it, the construction of it really matters, too.
Oh, yeah, huge.
Because you try and run a jump backwards, not the way that it was intended to flow, and you're going to understand the difference.
Things do not end well.
They are meant to be jumped a certain way so that the landing is, how you want it to be, and you're not just going to lawn dart. And tabletops. So there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, and tabletops are one of the funner things to do. Again, like I said, it's interesting. All right, Nathan King and Paul Wolf. Again, this is going to be a great race. Paul Wolf in his full body against Nathan King. Nathan King will have that orange Dukes of Hazzard wrap on there. He said even our Barbie Jeep is wrapped that way, so that was kind of cool. We just have to drive by it and see it out there.
Hey, they got a good thing. They're sticking to
it.
Even the wheelbarrow that they raced last Saturday at AOP and the actual wheelbarrow race was orange, and they spray painted that number 1 on there.
Uh-oh. See who comes up.
All
Paul
right.
Wolf may have
Come
a nose
Nathan,
on him.
Give him a run for his money.
Oh, looks like Paul may have him.
Did Nathan ride up Paul's back tire?
I think so.
Paul took it, but, Nathan put up a good fight there. Bub says, how many podiums will Paul be on this event?
Well, so far I think he's been on 2.
As many as he can, that's for sure. He likes standing up there. Can't blame him.
I think Cooper and Jonathan.
We're going to have Cooper Bentley in the right lane and Jonathan O'Mary in the left lane.
Okay. Again, we also have our, like I said, our 170 race today.
I don't know what happened there, but Jonathan did not go anywhere.
Cooper Bentley said, I'll take that win.
Cooper's busy racing against himself right now.
He said, I'll take that win.
Hey, that's an easy,
Again, we had RC's, RC car racing going on today, as well as the 170s for the Ultra 4 race. We had them going on right before we went live. They had ended their live show, and then as soon as they ended, we kicked off our live show. And then when we end here today, 5:30 to 6:30, Barbie Jeep Racing, $3,000 payout for Barbie Jeep Racing.
Ooh, man. man. Makes you almost want to put on some skateboarding pads.
It does.
Knees and elbows.
It almost does.
Almost.
Because
not quite, because I think the hospital bill might cost more than that for me.
I see some guys climb it out last year, and I was like, you know what? I'm not that young anymore.
I'm too old
you know,
for that.
That looks like it hurts in the morning.
I don't think I would have done it when I was young enough for it.
It looks pretty rough.
And I don't think that it's going to be in the frame. Maybe when we come back to the studio shot with Matt and I, you'll see it off to the left. But they've got that Barbie Jeep Hill. It has sod on it. It's like this strip of green that ends in a
Got Chris
pool.
West and I think it's
Casey Howell on
Casey
the right
Howell?
and Chris West on the left. Looks like Chris is going to take it. I don't know.
Whoa! Again, I think you see a lot of guys once a lot of those guys get out front, they kind of merge to the center.
Yes, that was Chris West out the top first. No, I'm glad for it. All right, Jonathan O'Mary is officially broke. That must be why
Sounds like they're
Cooper
calling
didn't
for.
have much competition on that last run.
Sounds like they're calling for Cooper Bentley and Nathan King. I think we're getting down to close to our podium.
Oh, we got some of the youngins going against each other now. What do you guys want? What do you think would be a fun pair-up to see in a knockout race? What driver against what driver? What do you think would be a good, fun pairing to watch?
Paul
and Timmy.
Paul and Timmy are pretty good.
Paul and Timmy and bouncers?
Yeah, Paul and Timmy are bouncers.
Wade and Paul and bouncers. Paul and Timmy and UTV.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Those are pretty good lineups. Danny Smith was, again, he's a guy who always kind of let it all hang out.
Oh, Danny is the reason that the Avenger had the front end totaled last year.
It did.
Well, I mean, obviously not his fault.
Yeah.
I think that there was some tire rubbing,
sure.
and it kind of like catapulted.
Danny's a hardcore racer, and your dad's not one to back off.
Dad's not going to give up either.
No. That's two guys who are going to go for the gusto.
It's so funny. Dad's got like an alter ego that comes out when he races. He's like a laid-back businessman normally. But when knockout racing happens, it brings out another side of people.
Yeah.
Look at Chris West in the right lane, Cooper Bentley in the left.
Looks like Chris took an early lead, but Cooper might have caught up.
He had a little bit of a bobble. Cooper took it.
Looks like Cooper's taking it.
Remember, guys, as we're calling this, it is the unofficial, what's the word I'm looking for, Matt? Results, not times. We have no times in knockout racing.
We hear Joey yelling Cooper Bentley down there.
Unofficial results from what Matt and I can see and what we're hearing on the radio.
Sounds like Clay Case and Paul Wolf are coming up next.
This is going to be a good one.
And I heard Joey down there yelling Cooper Bentley, so I think Cooper Bentley was your winner.
Brady, I caught a little bit of the RC race on the live stream. If I wasn't down here at the trailer getting ready for this, I would have loved to be up and watch it in person. That looked amazing. The course that they created here at Mid-America for the RC racing this week was awesome. And it was so cool to watch what you guys could do out there that were racing with those RC cars and how they could control them. So, yeah, that was really cool. I'd like to see some more of that. What do you guys think? What would be your dream team to pair up for some knockout racing? What if you could put together a racing team? I did this one time several years ago. We had a race that was a team relay event. We had multiple UTV drivers, one bouncer driver. You had to have a female driver. You had to have a under 12 driver or under 14 or something, like kid driver. And it was a drag race and a hill climb and a track race with 4 wide. We did all of it like a relay team style, and it was so much fun, and I would love to do that again because you get to do a little bit of everything, and we never do team style racing in this sport. So
all right, here we go.
Put together a team, guys. Let us know what you think. Paul Wolf on the right. Clay Kaysen on the left. Come on, Clay. Come on.
Man, that kind of nose and nose.
Paul
may have squeaked it out. Paul Wolf.
No, and Paul got it.
Again, they were neck and neck, but I think Paul barely squeaked him out.
Look, I love Paul, and he earns every bit of what he gets out here. But it sure is fun to watch some of these younger and a little less experienced drivers come out and give him a run for his money, too. Taylor says Paul versus Wade in the bouncer class all day long. Yeah, I think that would be a good one. That was my contribution for bouncer class.
Who's in now, Paul versus Wade?
What if they all had to race the same buggy?
What's up, Jed Harper?
One buggy that all the drivers had to race. What do you guys think? Which buggy and then which driver do you think would win? What do you think, Matt?
Dustin Havens says, how about youth knockout?
Oh, my gosh.
That would
In
be
the 170s?
chaos. Yeah, oh, my goodness. That would be total chaos.
It'd be like bumper cars.
Well, I was going to say, we could just do a whole bunch of little bit of bumps and just watch them like bump up and down as they
Here's
went
what
side
we
by
do.
side.
We give them a wide open track.
Yes.
We give them a starting line and a finish line, and we say, all right, guys, first one to the end wins.
Yeah.
So we don't care
my
how you do it.
goodness. That would be
Go.
that would be so awesome.
All right, looks like Cooper Bentley on the left. I'm not sure who that is on the right. I can't quite tell. But they definitely are in the lead right now. It looks like they took it. Good try from Cooper Bentley. We get all these black buggies out here, these UTVs, and it's a little harder to tell them apart.
Cooper Bentley took it. Kaysen and Paul is what they're saying.
Clay Kaysen.
Hearing them see if they can get lined up. Watch them come back around.
We wish you were here too, Bebo. Glad you're able to join us.
Brian.
Join in with us here on Hillside Live. You guys are watching the Knockout Hill Climb. We're at Visions Off-Road in Mid-America. At Mid-America, rather. Mid-America Outdoors in Jay, Oklahoma. This is day 3 of 4 jam-packed days of racing here. We ran our National Rock Racing Association Cup Series races yesterday and Wednesday. Got to give away lots of trophies yesterday to those guys. They raced hard, showed out, came a long ways, spent a whole week out here, a lot of them, and put on an excellent show of racing for us the last couple days. Now we've got the Knockout Hill Climb. They had RC racing going on right before this. They've been qualifying in the Ultra 4 and short course classes. We've had 170 racing. There's been a little bit of everything out here this week at Visions Off-Road.
Thanks, Brandy. Said love the coverage. Great job. Definitely. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be here. Brian Bebo Watts. I used to call him Brian Bebo Watts, and one time we were having dinner, and he's like, hey, by the way, it's Watt. And I was like, what? And he's like, it's Watt. I'm like, what's what? He said it's not Watts. And I was like, I've been calling him Brian Bebo Watts for like 2 years
guys,
probably.
Sometimes Matt just likes to throw an extra letter in.
I do. I've been calling him that for 2 years.
He customizes words for himself. That's Paul Wolf in the left lane. Man, I can't tell. Is that Clay Kaysen on the right? I can't tell.
I think so.
But Paul
got
Wolf
it. Took it.
We've got Norbert checking in from Liechtenstein in Europe.
What? That's crazy. We got Europe in the house. That's awesome to see.
Thanks for joining us.
Paul's out there doing donuts.
Oh, my gosh. Look at that dust vortex.
Yeah.
I think Paul's feeling pretty good, guys.
That's awesome. Again, we like Paul. Paul's a great guy. Taking that Can-Am and helping put that Can-Am on the podium a couple times this week. Yeah.
Make sure you guys are watching on Rock Racing TV, not the SRRS Facebook page, because we want to see your comments. We want to be able to answer your questions and interact with you guys. Matt and I will be watching from Rock Racing TV Facebook page from now on. So y'all head over there and make sure you're joining us on that page.
Again, also, I think one of the coolest donuts I ever got to see was Wes Keene at our finals here for our Cup Series race last year. Wes Keene, after he finished his last course, came down and started doing a bunch of donuts. And I think that was probably one of the coolest things, just to see what he went through that year, like in the last, 6 months, to watch him come out and be out there in his buggy doing donuts again.
Well, we don't do victory
awesome.
lap in this sport. We do
That's
victory
true.
donuts, apparently.
Yeah.